Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into the world of Meteor 350, and in this video I'll be sharing my personal ownership experience with this bike. I have completed around 10,000 kilometers in 10 months and I have many things to share. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So in the first segment of this video, we will be talking about the design and the initial impressions. There are many people who are sort of confused between Classic Reborn and Meteor 350. So this is something that you need to figure out. You need to ask yourself that which design language speaks to you. And if you ask me, I was all down for Meteor when I saw it for the first time. I knew that I was in for something special. Royal Enfield Meteor is a cruiser bike. It follows that same body language from head to tail. The entire bike is designed around that philosophy. So if this is something that is speaking to you, if this is something that you like, then you should consider this. Design wise, I cannot help you because it's up to you. But what I can say is that both the bikes, they share a common engine, that is the J series engine, which got debuted on the Meteor 350. Previous RE bikes used to vibrate like anything. This one doesn't, but I would say this is not a vibration free engine. So if you are thinking that this would give you the refinement of Honda, this is not the bike for you. One thing that I like about this engine is the roll-on acceleration. Now this particular engine produces a healthy amount of torque, 28 Newton meters to be precise, and this amount of torque is available right after 2000 RPM. So the roll-on acceleration is really nice, and the way you should ride these classic machines are based on the torque, not based on the BHP. I mean BHP में उतना खास कुछ है नहीं, तो उसमें बात करने का भी कोई reason नहीं बनता है. If you want to purchase a old school charm, you have to appreciate the torque. Now if you are someone who likes that kind of engine, then this bike will never disappoint you. I'm happy with the engine front. Now talking about engine, there are many people who showed concern about the tappet noise. I mean all RE bikes has this prominent sound which is like tick 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 tick. Now this tappet noise sometimes gets very irritating. Previously it happened to me as well. When I bought this bike, I was like something is loose inside the engine, but when I took it to the technician, that guy told me RE bikes are like this. It's a noise of tappet. As long as you have tappet clearance done, you will be good to go. So if you are a first time owner of Meteor or Classic, don't be scared of that tick 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 noise. So I spoke about the engine, and next thing that I want to speak about is the mileage. I have been getting a good healthy mileage of 35 plus kmpl on the highway, and inside city I usually get around 32. Mind you, my bike doesn't do much of city duty. I don't have many city runs, and I'm getting a good mileage considering it's a 350 Royal Enfield. I'm not a rash rider. I like to cruise at around 90 to 95, and at those speed you get the best mileage out of Meteor. So if you're concerned about the mileage, you don't have to be concerned about that. Rather you should focus on how you ride the bike. If you are not maintaining a consistency in the speed, maybe you are giving more gas, then you are closing the gas, I mean the sudden acceleration, that way you would drop the mileage. I used to ride KTM Duke 250, and that bike used to drink fuel like no tomorrow. Okay, so with that being said, I'm really happy. Now this brings me to the next segment where I'll be talking about the ride quality. So the ride quality of Meteor 350 is a controversial topic. I mean some people like it, some people absolutely hate. I am somewhat in between. I do like the ride quality of stock Meteor. Let me explain why am I saying stock Meteor. You see, over the months I have realized that the suspension that Meteor has, the stock Meteor has, is not for me. So I swapped out my suspension with the older classic Nitrox suspension, and with that my ride quality has improved a lot. I have made a detailed video on the suspension upgrade, so if you wanna check that out, do so after this video. One thing that I observed with the stock suspension is that with pillion and load, the ride quality gets tremendously improved. So if you are someone who is riding mostly inside the city with pillion, then you will not see major difference. So if that is the use case for your Meteor, then no need to worry about the ride quality. It's all good, all fine. You need to understand the bike, you need to get the hang of it, and once you do, then you will be able to manage any road. But if you are someone who goes on a long ride, let's say 600 kilometers, 700 kilometers long ride, then I would suggest you to swap out the suspension. And if you change the suspension, your warranty will not get void, so you don't have to worry about that. You just need to follow certain steps to install the suspension, and there are many YouTube videos that are available. I'll also put down one link in the description box below, so you can check that out as well. Okay, now in this segment I'll be talking about the maintenance cost. Just like ride quality of Meteor 350, the service quality of Royal Enfield authorized service center is also controversial topic. Many of you would agree with me that the authorized service center, they don't do a good job, and that's why there are so many third-party servicing centers that are available. Now I have given my Meteor for servicing for like 3 times. This is my third service that I have done after 10,000 kilometers, and overall the bill was not surprising, let's just say that. The first service, it cost me around 1100 rupees. The second was of about 1200 or so. The third one is being 1400 because they had done tappet adjustment and everything. On the parallel universe, what I have done is that I have also done a third party service. So after the second service, I felt that my bike needed engine oil replacement. When I spoke the same thing to the authorized service center technician, that guy told me, नहीं भैया हम नहीं कर सकते हैं, हमारे पास जो प्रोटोकॉल है उसी प्रोटोकॉल के हिसाब से आपका सर्विसिंग होगा. मतलब सेकेंड सर्विस में हम लोग ऑयल को रीफिल नहीं करेंगे, we will just do top up of the engine oil. I was not happy with that statement. If I want you to change my engine oil, I am paying for that engine oil, you should do that, because I feel my engine is running little rough, and also I run my Meteor mostly on highways for long tours. So generally the engine oil, they lose their viscosity very fast, right? But they refused, so I had to go to the third party servicing center, and there the service cost was really high. It was more than 4000 rupees. So service bill wise I am happy, but the service quality wise I am not satisfied. I would say it's good, but I have seen better service centers. Now in this segment I'll be talking about things that I absolutely hate about my Meteor 350. So the first thing that I wanna start off with the clutch. The clutch of Royal Enfield Meteor 350 is really hard. I mean abhi 10,000 kilometers kuch ho gaya, and every time I come from a ride I feel like this muscle, it's getting stronger and stronger. After riding Meteor I feel like, you know, my bicep and everything has come out. So that's the level of hardness that you feel when you pull the clutch. I do agree that you don't have to change gear so frequently like you do on KTM, but the clutch should be lighter, because this is something that you're going to be using pretty often. But I don't know why Royal Enfield is not looking at this. This is something that absolutely bothers me every time I go on a ride. Now the second thing that I don't like about Meteor 350 is the mirror. The mirror of Royal Enfield Meteor 350 is straight garbage. I know it's a classic design and you need to have those circular mirror, but at least make them stronger now, so that I can see what's happening behind my back, right? RE do sell the touring mirror, but they cost a bomb. I mean 7,000 rupees for a pair of mirrors. Oh my god, it's just too much for me. So another thing that I absolutely hate about Royal Enfield is the fueling. I mean fueling is good when you are rolling, but if you are doing, let's say, on off throttle transition, the fueling is not proper. I mean you open up the gas, you get to feel the throttle cable is, getting pulled, but the feeling is not linear. It comes and goes, and that gives you a jerk. If Royal Enfield can solve that, that would enhance the riding experience, nothing else. I did not have any breakdown in any of my rides, so that's a positive sign. I like the classic design. I love the torque rush that I get from my Meteor 350. So Meteor is my sixth bike, and usually I really get bored with every bike pretty soon. This has not happened with Meteor yet, and I hope it stays that way so that I get to ride this beauty for a longer duration. Given the fact that I have done so many modifications, this bike fits me really well. It's just like an old shoe that you cannot throw it away, but you need to take care of it, right? So let's just sum up this video. 100 kilometers per hour cruising speed on Meteor, check. Ride comfort, somewhat check. You need to do some sort of adjustment. Touring capabilities, check. Off-road capabilities, which I have not spoke about. With Meteor you can do little bit of rough-roading. You should be skillful to tackle those situations. It's a well balanced bike. You do not feel that weight once you are rolling on the road. So rough-roading can be done with Meteor, check. Service quality at authorized service center, it's not that good, so sort of not check. Mileage, double check. This bike is a frugal machine and you will not complain about the mileage given you ride in a sane manner. If you are insane on the road, this bike will return a very low mileage of 20 to 25 as well. Now the last thing is reliability, checked. I'll tell you why. RE has improved a lot. I mean, you don't have to think about the build quality. It's pretty decent, pretty good, and if the build quality wasn't good, then I wouldn't have sold my KTM to buy Meteor 350. So net I am happy with my purchase. I would definitely do more kilometers on this bike and bring you more videos, so stay tuned for that. If you are thinking of purchasing this bike, then take a rental Meteor 350 and go for like 100 kilometers ride. That should solve your questions and doubts. If you are a Meteor owner, then put down some comments like the things that you like about your Meteor and the things that you absolutely hate. I would love to hear your voice. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.